Jeff in California writes to me, Paul, regarding your YouTube video titled The Best Do-It-Yourself Interconnects. Wow, that's an old one. Would the theory of distancing the plus and minus wires also work for speaker cables? Thanks for your consideration. Yes, absolutely, for the same reasons. So this video, good God, I wonder, must have been, I think I've been doing these videos for like 7 years. So I think we're up to 3,000 videos. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. When I started that, if I thought, oh boy, don't get me going. Okay, that was an old video. It's when I think we talked about, Stan and I made the original PS Audio Interconnects with masking tape and wires. And we used the masking tape to separate the two wires, the plus and the minus wire, away from each other. When they're close to each other, their fields interact. And when you pull them farther apart, they don't. Now, those wires had problems because no shield around them, and so when they're used as low-level interconnects, you have EMI problems, noise problems, etc. But boy, talk about an open sound. They were really significantly better. Now, from that point, people like Ray Kimber came along and did this. They started making braided cables. And a braided cable, because they're at right angles to each other, or at whatever this angle is, they do cross cancellation. So the impacts of it are kind of canceled. When you look at AudioQuest cables, some of the big power cables out there do this sort of, it's not braided, but they're twisted in and out like that in a form that helps mitigate some of those problems. So a speaker cable that is separate from each other can be significantly better, has its problems too, but it's certainly worth trying. If you remember back a while ago, there was a local company here called MG Audio, and I used their speaker cables forever. They were terrific. They still are terrific. You know, which is the funny thing about all this. Once something is terrific and you find something better, it doesn't mean that that terrific thing is no longer terrific. It's still terrific, but it's just not as terrific as the next thing, right? Which is the way it goes with high-end audio. Okay, so the MG Audio cables were flat cables. They had these flat ribbons, but they were separated apart from each other. So two metal ribbons going in parallel paths sounded phenomenal. So yeah, give it a try. You can, if you want to just experiment, go out and get some Romex, solid cord, 12 gauge, 10 gauge wire, and take it out of the sheath because it's all bundled together, and use masking tape or something to separate them. You probably want to separate them maybe about that much. You don't want to get them too far apart, but separate them up maybe that far and try it out and see. I think you'll find advantages in the way they sound, and then try it. You know, Romex is cheap. Go down to the hardware store at Home Depot and compare a standard length of 10 gauge Romex as speaker cable, and then your new hybrids that you're going to do it yourself and build, and compare the two. You'll have the two right there, and you've probably invested 10 bucks, 15 maybe. So good Saturday afternoon. That would be something good to do on a Saturday afternoon for sure. All right. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it, and thanks for viewing. Thanks for being part of our hi-fi family. Okay, bye.